Hello, everyone. Thank you, Scott, and thank you all for being here today. First, I would like to thank the M Club and the selection committee for inducting us in the Marquette Hall of Fame. It is truly a great honor to be listed among Marquette's most successful athletes. I would like to also thank the administrators, and as Colin said, Mike, Danielle, Adrian, Maureen, Jamie, Scott, and all the others who created the support system for us to be successful. As he said, it's remarkable how many people that I named were here 20 years ago when I started my journey at Marquette. Marquette really is about people, and that's why they stick around for a while. I was going to talk about memorable moments from my career, but instead, I just want to share a few remarks why I think Marquette is such a special place, and quite frankly, the reason why I'm standing here today. As some of you might know, I played at Marquette for only 3 years after transferring from Troy University in Alabama. Looking back, my journey was not quite conventional, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. The funny thing is that recently when I was back in Serbia, visiting my family, I found a notebook with my name on it, dated all the way back to 2005. It was my recruiting notebook with all the coaches' names, university names, contact details, and whatnot. Believe it or not, I applied to 146 schools, or reached out to 146 schools. D1, D2, D3, you name it, including Marquette. But only few of the coaches, handful of coaches, actually got back to me and replied. Marquette was not one of them. In their defense, I was a good junior player, but not great, and I needed a full ride, so it was really a difficult task to get recruited. Troy University was the only place that offered me what I needed. They had a couple Serbian guys on the team that vouched for me, and that's where I ended up. I was very appreciative of the opportunity, but after a few months, I realized that Troy wasn't the place where I envisioned myself to stay for 4 years. After first successful year at Troy, a friend who played in Milwaukee Tennis Classic on multiple occasions strongly suggested I reach out to Marquette again. And he thought it would be a great place to live, study, and play tennis. I knew very little about Marquette at that time, but I followed his advice and sent a couple more emails to Marquette coaches. I was persistent. After a while, at that time, Raj Gill, who was assistant coach, called me back. And a few weeks later, I committed to transferring to Marquette. To this day, I say that coming to Marquette was one of the best things that ever happened to me for many reasons. Marquette is different. It was different, very different from Troy. And later, I realized it was very different from most university and athletic programs in the country. The culture at Marquette and within the athletic department was special. The institutional pride instilled in student athletes, staff, and administrators was inspiring. I can confidently say that at that time, men's tennis team was leading the way in promoting that culture. As I mentioned earlier, I was an okay player, not overly talented or physical, but I was very competitive. I'm standing here today because I won a lot of matches over 3 years, but that success only happened because my competitiveness was matched with the right environment. My teammates and coaches helped me understand what it truly means to represent Marquette. They helped me buy into that culture. I was competing for something I believe was bigger than myself. That was the key to my success. The wins were simply the results of all of us working towards the same goal, building and promoting the program. During my time at Marquette, I achieved the results that were far beyond my potential. But more importantly, I gained something much bigger: discipline, commitment, and work ethic, all the intangibles that shaped who I am today. For that, I'm forever grateful to my teammates and to my coaches, Steve Roadcap, Eric Martinez, Judd Schaffler, Jody Bronson. Thank you for showing me the path to success. I'm also grateful to Marquette for allowing me to call Milwaukee my second home. That institutional pride I mentioned earlier, it never leaves you. When men's tennis team won its first ever big conference title, my former teammates and I, we all felt we had a small part in that success. That's why Marquette is a special place. Finally, I want to use this opportunity to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, because they sacrificed so much during very difficult times so I could pursue my tennis dreams. Also, I want to thank my wife and my two girls for being constant support system and keeping up with me. After today, I'll probably be a little bit more arrogant, but we'll figure it out. Thank you again for being here, and go Marquette.